We've been working with overcast-like stitches on the Pfaff Quilt Ambition 2.0. So in this video, and if you want to link to it right up here in this eye information area, we will talk about how you can overlock a single edge and get you familiar with what settings are best. But this stitch is something that you can do as an overcast and a seam all in one pass. So any of the options that are identified as closed overlock stitches or overcasting stitches, they all have something in common, that as you select them, there is the stitches that jump over to the right to connect and make sure the edges don't unravel any further, but there's also stitches on the left that would create a seam if we had more than one layer we're putting together. So for example, this setup that I've got, I have the foot number 3 on, and let me talk about the foot number 3. So this foot has a little pin inside here, and the marker, the little red mark here, is adjustable. So for this technique, I have adjusted it to be even with that little pin. The pin is going to support this stitch as it goes over the edge. Have you ever stitched something close to the edge or over the edge and it just curls your fabric? What that pin does is supports the fabric so it doesn't curl, leaving it nice and flat and professional looking when you're done. This foot is also set up for the IDT, so make sure that that is pulled down and engaged. And that also is shown, if touch the eye for information. If that isn't showing, it tells you foot number 3 is suggested for this stitch. The IDT is engaged. The feed dogs are up, yes, of course, because we're sewing. Normal tension, and honestly, just leave the settings for the stitch kind of preset. So even if you're picking one of the other ones, most of the time when I stitch, they're pretty right on point for the stitch settings and the fabric that we're working with. I rarely change them, maybe a little narrower, but hardly ever. So with this little piece of fabric, it is a knit fabric, and I've cut it into a little neckline. So why don't we take this technique and apply some ribbing? So ribbing is very stretchy, so you'll see me stretching this while I sew, but I'm putting 2 raw edges together as I fold it in half, and then match the raw edges with the curve of the neckline. And all I really need to do is let the edges follow that little marked area. Now these stitches are one that are going to kind of go forward and back all at once, but they're creating both the overlock and the seam all in one pass. So kind of like a serger. That's kind of the beauty of a serger, is having some of those, that one pass feature. A serger is going to be faster. So here where you're seeing it not traveling very quickly, a serger is just going to go right on through because that's how it's made. It doesn't have to go forward and back. So that is the benefit of sergers. If you're doing a lot of this on a sewing machine, you're probably going to want to add a serger to your sewing room sooner than later. All right, this is going to give you an idea. We could have picked any one of those overlock type stitches. And I love the fact that this is going to stretch when we're all done. Okay, this should give us a good idea. Pull the fabric straight back off that little pin, and let's see what we have. So doesn't that even look like a serged edge? It has the stretch and give that we're looking for. So especially if that was a neckline and you need to pull it over your head, you want it to stretch, not break, and then come back to its natural shape. So again, an overcast and a seam done in one pass.